This video tutorial will show you how to create a custom class in Objective-C using Xcode. So to begin with, we're going to launch Xcode, and I'm going to create a new Xcode project. And this time, instead of an iOS application, I'm going to choose OS X application and a command line tool. So this application is going to run in the command line only. And click Next. And the product name, so I'm going to call this teacher class. Now you can create any class name you want yourself, but just for this demonstration I'm going to create a teacher class, and it's going to be type foundation, and click Next. I'm not going to create a Git repository, I'm going to save it to the desktop. And you can see here in the navigator that I only have one file with some code in it here that's accessible to me, which is the main program here that's running. You can see it's just simply calling the main function. And so this is a function here that's running Hello World by default. And if I did nothing else but open this foundation, and I'm going to expand my screen to go full here, if I did nothing else but just run this, it will build and show you down here in the command line, Hello World. And so this is set up, you don't even have to write a Hello World program. Xcode sets this up for you by default. Notice also by default that Xcode doesn't have line numbers in here, and I would like to have line numbers. I suggest you do too. And so I'm going to go to the Xcode, pull down Preferences, and choose Text Editing from the list of icons across the top here, and select Line Numbers. And I'll close this window, and now I've got line numbers so we can refer to them during the tutorial if we need to. So to create this custom class, what I'm going to do is I'm going to simply go to File, New, and I'm going to choose New File from the File New menu. And from this list of various options, I'm going to choose Cocoa Objective-C class and Next. And I'm going to call this class Teacher. And it's going to be a subclass of NSObject. So you can see there's a few different options here, but I'm going to choose NSObject for this class. As we go on, you'll see that a lot of what we'll be doing during this course is creating classes that are view controllers, which will be different screens for our iPhone or iPad applications. So this is basically starting off the theory in terms of creating classes. So click Next. Yes, we're going to leave this target checked for teacher class. Let it put it in the teacher class project folder. That's where it's going to create this file. And actually we get two files. We get a header file and an H file and an M file. The header file is referred to as just that, the header file. The .h is the header information for the class, and the M file is the implementation. Although in this program, because we don't have an interface, we're going to actually name our objects in the main file, but we'll get to that in a second here. To start with, we have to declare our class here, and you can see it's already saying that it's importing the foundation framework up here. So this tells us that it's importing the foundation framework, so we get all of the various classes that are part of the Foundation framework. And one of those classes is NSObject here. And so what we're going to do here is we're going to add one variable to this, and I start off by adding curly brace after NSObject. When I hit return, it automatically closes the curly braces here, and I can go in and I'm going to comment what I'm doing here, and I'm going to say name variables, and actually I might give myself a little bit more room, and I'm just going to declare this first variable as NSString, and you notice Xcode gives me this hint that it's saying, oh, do you want to put in NSString? And I'm going to just hit return to enter that, and then I'm going to enter an asterisk, which is a pointer which tells the program to hold some space because we're going to create an object here with the name. Simply put, that's going to be our variable for name, and a string. And then we've got our asterisk, curly brace closed here. Notice at the end of the line, in nearly all cases in code, we're going to have this semicolon there, as you probably already noticed. And then I'm going to declare some public methods down here that can be called for our teachers, our teacher class. And surprisingly, the first one is going to be void, which means we're not returning anything. And it's going to be called teachers. So the teacher class, one of the things that it can do is teach. It teaches, and then one other method here is going to be set name. So I can set the name of the teachers, and that's going to be set name colon, also NSString, hit return, create another pointer here, close the parentheses, and then N. We're going to call that N, and end with a semicolon here, and leave it end. So that's our header. That's our entire header code.